Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals, and for the top four seeds, a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the number 4 seed in the playoff, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. Only one team here can keep their championship dreams alive. Kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? He's going to hand this off. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Boy, the defensive coordinator this week, all week, telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there.
Chris, this is what I'd love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. And he lofts it toward the sideline. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. Steps out after a crucial takeaway. This could be a big turning point.
Sometimes that primetime game, the whole nation is watching, brings out some extra energy, some nerves. Maybe the quarterback is feeling that a little bit. I did not expect him to throw a pick, especially on the opening drive.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Second down play coming up. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable 3rd down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop like that.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
So they'll pass up the long field goal attempt to keep the offense on the field for 4th down. Quick throw to the right, looking for the 1st down. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a 1st down.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback hitting his receiver, and the ball comes out that fast to put so much pressure on the defense to locate the football, let alone trying to get their hands on it.
That's caught. It's Gabbert. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Boy, a nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in front of his receiver, gives him a chance to make the catch, and picks up a little bonus. Nice yards after the catch.
The Demon Deacons are moving quickly down the field, looking to throw it from the red zone. Grab behind the line, it's McKinney. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a 1st down.
You talk about balance as a play caller. I don't know if it gets much better than what this offense is doing. 3 runs, 3 passes, and all 3 passes have been completions. And now it's 1st and goal.
Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards, didn't quite get the 1st down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's swarmed by the defense.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
No surprise here. The coach has got the offense on the field. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Direct snap to the back. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decided to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
He's free around the 15. That'll pick up 1st down yardage very near the 40. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right. And then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a 1st down.
Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a 1st down.
Nice 1st down here by Texas A&M. The offensive line gets a hat on a hat, gets a good push. And once again, you see the history and tradition of Texas A&M with a great back.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. 6-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 4. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
How about the call here? They go with the screen on 3rd down and short. You don't see that called very often. They're not able to even complete the pass, so no chance at a conversion. So we got 4th and short.
The Aggies will look to convert here on 4th down. Fourth down, looking to throw for it. He's moving out of the pocket. Using his legs here. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Receiver makes the grab.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that third down catch.
Well, obviously, you're going to throw the football on third down, but, man, they complete that pass and lose yardage to set up this big fourth down.
So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. And the attempt is no good. And with that miss, the score will stay right where it is.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown at the very least, 3 points, but instead he shanks it.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw, makes the catch. It's Gabbert. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play. Pass caught, 2nd down now. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Tackle made at the 41. That's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. They go with a direct snap. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but it sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Chris, how about that by this running back? Got behind his pads and that big offensive line, able to pick up that first down. He just kept pushing through that line until he got to the mark.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. With the catch, it's Morton. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
First down, looking to throw the football. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Chris, that is textbook by this defense in man-to-man coverage. Nowhere to go for this quarterback. He's looking around everywhere to find an open man. By the time he figures it out, it's a sack for the defense.
Second down, looking to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Finley. They bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the first down.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Running out of time in the pocket. Running back has it on a screen now. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Here's the handoff. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Grab near the sticks. It's Finley. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
Boy, another positive gain for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
He's running out of time here. A sack in the play could not escape the pass rush.
Well, it's a great job by this defense coming up with a big sack there on first and goal. The offense still has their opportunities. Let's see if they can get back on track here on second and goal.
After the big loss on first down, it's second and goal backed up. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Finds his man. It's Finley. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage yet.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. You know, you can sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Nice grab. It's Morton. Defense will wrap him up after an 8-yard gain. It'll bring up fourth down. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. So on fourth down now, out comes the field goal unit. So from the left hash, this is just a chip shot. And this one is right through. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. And looking to throw now on first down. Caught in the flat by the running back. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Hey, it's a gain, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Here's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Hit as he releases it, and the pass falls incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw, airing this one out toward the sideline. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
Boy, Chris, what a hit there on that third down play by the defensive back. If he doesn't make that play, that's probably a first down, and they move the sticks. Instead, we've now got fourth down.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Wake Forest sends the offense back out on the field now. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. First down, looking to throw the ball. Going to try to use his legs here. He called his own number, and the freshman QB keeps this drive moving. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
And they get him down, but that's a solid gain there to move the sticks using his feet. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just one or two plays here before halftime. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left, perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And here comes a first down pass attempt. He's going to take off here. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
That's what I love about this guy. Just getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
One more play before they head to the locker room. They look to throw it here on second down. And it's incomplete with just 1 second remaining on the clock.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. He fires this throw and is intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. Tackled on the return, and that's how we'll end the first half of play. And that is going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Aggies will kick this away to begin the second half. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Wake Forest offense back out on the field now. Important possession here to begin the third quarter as they try to continue momentum from the first half and build on this lead. Opening play of the drive, he looks right for a completion. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain. Gain moves the ball to the 40. It'll be first down. Keeping it on the ground here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front seven of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier and not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Offense showing a bunch formation now. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
That sack makes it third down. Offense looking to throw the ball. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, this is exactly what the defense talked about at halftime, coming up with a stop to start this second half. Now they've done that on this third down. We'll see what happens with the decision on fourth down, but the defense looks at a very different kind of energy to start the second half.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. Which offense can get it going first? This one has been a struggle so far. Well, hand it off. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Wake Forest sends the offense back out on the field now. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. The gain moves the ball to the 34.
Boy, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. It makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
First down here for this offense. Quarterback drops back. The pocket breaking down. Here's the second down play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up 3rd down. And the back now goes in motion. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Pulls it in. It's Finley. And he's tackled just short of that first down marker. Good job by the defense.
Chris, give him some credit here. He's fighting to get to that first down, breaks the tackle, just comes up a little bit short of the first down.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. He'll call for the fair catch here. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Now coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
And now the running back's got it again. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with, the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Lets it fly to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Not a great return, but the interception wipes out the scoring threat and gives the offense the ball at the 32. The Wake Forest offense back out on the field now. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Makes a quick grab. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Caught near the sticks. It's Finley. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
And the Demon Deacons are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Looking to throw it on first down. Grab down the middle. It's Morton. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball down to the 4.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their
fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake. That's a crucial touchdown, Kirk. The offense padding its lead now here in the second half.
Yeah, you get into this second half, you start to count possessions and how big your lead is. Now that you're up 2 possessions, you can start to play really smart football, not just on offense, but on defense as well.
Automatic on the PAT. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Important second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. It's a deep throw down the right sideline. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort, but now it's third down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
And he'll drop back here on third down. On the junior, gets home making a sack there.
Now, they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs, and also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
The Aggies will have to kick it away. Offense goes backwards on this drive. He's on to punt it away now. Not the way he wanted to kick it. And the coverage team downs the ball right there. Wake Forest sends the offense back out on the field now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And that run produces a decent gain.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a first down here on this next play.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back, just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one dimensional, and a large reason they're trailing in the fourth quarter.
It's third down. Quarterback in the shotgun. The sure hands. It's McKinney.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
They will go for it again here on fourth down. They are 1 for 2 so far today. And he drops back in the gun. Finds his man. Has the first down. Tackled at the 33. That's good enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
I just continue to be in awe of this offense. Even with the lead, these guys are going to play for 60 minutes. They do not let up. Here they are. Typically, you want to run the football here to work the clock, but these guys stick to the game plan and keep throwing the football, trying to get more yards.
And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a first down and goal.
I mean, Chris, look at this guy. I mean, you talk about having a great day throwing the football and leading his team to a nice, comfortable lead late in the game, and it continues. The coach is showing confidence of what he can do.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. The offense has done well to choose some clock here. Now they'll come up on second down. They'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
And he'll just throw it away now. Couldn't make anything happen, and that's now going to bring up fourth down. So they're short on fourth down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. And that one's straight down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Pre-snap motion from the receiver. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Lofting it toward the left sideline. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Aggies. Strong game by this quarterback. That's an important score. We got a 1-possession game now, Kirk, and it's game on.
It's game on, and now it's about this defense coming up with a stop. Everybody in the stadium knows that they're going to run the football and try to milk the clock. So what can your defense do to ensure they don't do that successfully?
See if they can convert the point after. Extra point makes it a 6-point game, 13-7. Now they get set to kick it away. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. The Wake Forest offense back out on the field now. Suddenly, this is a tighter game. You'd love to build a drive, choose some clock. How aggressive will they get with the play calling? And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
So from the 21-yard line, it's now 2nd and long. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26.
Hey, it's a great job of running the football. It's the right idea, but the back's got to stay in bounds because remember, with the new rule in college football, the clock still stops momentarily until the referee sets the play clock for the next play, and then it'll start again. So stay in bounds and work that clock.
Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. The Demon Deacons will have to punt this one away. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. Last possession, a one-play lightning strike with the big touchdown pass. Can the defense make adjustments here? That run moves the ball across the 40.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They'll run it to the right side. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Shotgun formation here on 3rd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Harper. And the gain just good enough for a 1st down.
Crispy gets so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this. And quarterback makes a good read. Nice 1st down.
And we've reached now the 2-minute warning. Sets up as a dramatic finish as this offense tries to grab the lead late here. Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Tackle made, but it's a huge gain all the way to the 33-yard line.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the 1st half. They go right back to him again, and we can see this 2nd half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. The pass rush closing in. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game.
Well, this is too big of a moment in a game to be able to take a sack like this for this offense. Coming off a huge gain, critical time, and then to go backwards like that. Interested to see how they'll respond here.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Cannot get the throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this stage of the game. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. And that sack sets up a third down play. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Oh, Chris, the quarterback and the receiver just not quite on the same page there on that third down and long. But at this point in the game, you got to consider going for this. They need a touchdown.
Needs a completion here on fourth down. And it's incomplete, and the drive will fizzle out here in the final minutes.
Boy, as a play caller, you save this play for this moment. Under 2 minutes to go, fourth down, fourth quarter, game on the line, and then you just got to rely on your quarterback to make good decisions and be accurate with the football. In this case, he is not, and that to me is probably the ball game.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. Looks like the offense will just take a knee here. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.